Good evening, MORTAR family, and welcome to Life's a Pitch, the official graduation, celebration, and pitch competition for MORTAR's 27th and 28th cohorts. Give me a round of applause. I'm so happy to see everybody here in person this evening. It's so good to have your friends and family joining us. My name is Cynthia Nesbitt. I will be your host and MC this evening. I'm so excited for you to see all of the wonderful presentations we have from our top 10 pitchers. Thank you, each and every one of you so much for joining us tonight. A little bit about MORTAR. First, MORTAR is an entrepreneurship academy and alumni network based in Cincinnati, Ohio, that serves Black and minority entrepreneurs looking to start or grow their businesses. You can find out more about MORTAR online at wearemortar.com or by following us on social media at wearemortar. If you share tonight's event, we ask that you please use the hashtag Life'sAPitch, and that's pitch with a P. All right. So now we're going to have a word from our co-founder, if I'm not mistaken. Let me introduce Alan Wood.
Goodbye. Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here in the room or streaming live to Life's a Pitch. I'm really excited about tonight because this is 7 years in the making. MORTAR started in 2014, thinking that we were creating a program for one neighborhood that then became 7 neighborhoods, that then became 7 cities across America. So we are learning as we go, we're consistently growing, and somehow our participants keep getting better. I'm not sure how that happens, but we keep finding people who are really pushing to make their dreams a reality, and we are thankful to be a small part of that. The way that we do that is through a tiered system. So we have our academy, which all of the participants tonight have gone through. It's 15 weeks of culturally competent curriculum. Then next we have our alumni program. We have pop-up shops that they can test out their ideas in. Then we even have access to capital. So for a lot of our graduates, that's one of the things that they're going to need as they move forward. So sometimes we do that through referrals to other grants. Sometimes we do that through loan programs, through our partners. But we try to make sure that all of our graduates can have what they need to move forward. And lastly, advocacy is the 5th pillar of the work that we do. And what that means is that every time we're walking into a room, we're bringing everybody with us. I tell people that all the time. If you let me in a room, I'm bringing 300 people with me, so I hope you got space. So at this point, we have already had over 300 graduates just in Cincinnati alone. So we're really excited about this. We get to add more graduates to that list tonight. I hope that everybody in this room is excited about that. And I hope that everybody who is watching on the stream, on Facebook or YouTube, is excited as well. Please make sure that you are commenting as we're going. If you hear a pitch that you love, make sure that you share this link on that social platform that you're on so that your friends can also start following. And we're looking forward to doing more of these in the future. Hopefully, the next one that we do in the fall will be live and back in person. But stay tuned for that. All right. You know, that's what Black people say when they're done. They're like, all right.
All right. Time for me to lay some ground rules. Right? Our pitchers should be very aware of these rules by now, but for you at home, here's how it's going to go tonight. Participants will have up to 3 minutes to pitch their business. Participants then will have 2 minutes to answer questions from our collective panel of judges, who we will introduce in just a moment. There will be a timekeeper behind them, making sure that they know when they are at the 1 minute mark and the 10-second mark, and we will be deducting points should you go over your time. Tonight there will be 6 winners, and I will take you through all of those awards now. The first award that we will be presenting will be awarded to one participant from each cohort. This is a $500 award that we call the Entrepreneurial Light Award. This grant is awarded to one participant who has embodied light, encouragement, and positivity throughout the class. The winner is selected by their fellow class participants. Now, for the third year, we will also be presenting the Chelsea Alexander Resiliency Award. The Resiliency Award is also awarded to one participant from both Cohort 27 and a participant from Cohort 28. This award prioritizes awards an individual's effort, strategic focus, and overall celebration of the process an entrepreneur must go through. That's not all. This award prioritizes effort over skill because research has shown that a focus on effort transforms the meaning of a difficulty. The recipient of this award has remained resilient and focused on their personal and business growth throughout the program. Now, our third award this evening, the People's Choice Award, a highly coveted award. This winner receives a $1,000 grant. With the most donations. So, as you may know, participants have been sharing a page that has a link to an area where you can specifically donate to their business with a little bit of information about what they're doing in Cincinnati. Now, you can donate to that page, to the page of any of the participants that you choose, up until 7:30 p.m. tonight. So you can find that link online if you're familiar with participants, but if not, you can use your phone to text, and this applies to people at home and people in the room. Don't think you're up with them just because you wasted some gas to get over here. Come on, donate to your favorite participant. You can text "Life's a Pitch" to the number that I'm going to give you, which is 44321. Now, is that too difficult? 44321. 44321. And you're going to text LIFE, LIFE''S, A, and then, this is the tricky part, you're going to text the word pitch, but instead of the letter I, you'll use an exclamation point. So that's P exclamation point TCH. Life's a Pitch to 44321 before 7:30 tonight. Now, the person who has raised the most donations by the end of the evening will win that $1,000 grant, and every single participant will be taking the amount that they've raised home with them to start to grow their business, okay? Woo-hoo! So, and finally, after hearing all 10 of our pitchers, the judges' scores will decide the recipient of the Judges' Choice Award, and this will determine who will receive a $2,500 grant toward their business. There will be 6 total winners this evening. Good luck to each and every one of you. Now, it's time to introduce our fabulous panel of judges. We are so grateful to you for your time, for your expertise, for your energy. We can't wait to hear you just nail these participants with your penetrating questions. The first judge this evening is none other than Kyla Wood. I don't know if you want to stand up. So Kyla Wood is not only an MORTAR alum, she's a staple here at MORTAR, and she is the communication officer for the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. So welcome. We also have Miss Meredith Shockley-Smith, who is the Director of Community Strategies with Queens Village. Now, Queens Village is also the sponsor of Cohort 28, which is called the Class of Queens. Cohort 27 out, that class is titled Built for Greatness. All right. And our third and final judge this evening is Miss Senior Training and Development Specialist, and she's also a creator and co-host of Y'all Some Real Ones podcast, and is a facilitator at MORTAR Covington. Okay, I guess it's time to get started. The order of our pictures this evening has already been determined, but I'm sure that hasn't stopped them from squirming in their seats as they wait for their name to be called. I'm going to call up our first pitcher this evening, and that is Shanita Futrell, the owner of Marzo Creations.
Hello, my name is Shanita Futrell, and I've always been big on having my own identity, which is why I started creating custom items for my kids and family. Marzo Creations was just a hobby until my son suggested I make a business out of it. He would always go around passing out my business cards and tell his friends and teachers, "My mommy can make you some cool items too, but you gotta give her money for it." Since the idea started because of my kids, Shamar and Zoe, it was only right to name the business after them. Marzo Creations was supposed to be a small customization business, but we've expanded over time. We customize all types of items, such as apparel, using any type of fabric with sublimation, high polyester items. We even enhance shoes using vinyl, glitter, and rhinestones. We customize drinkware for all ages using sublimation, glitter, and we even include the care instructions right on the bottom. At Marzo Creations, we can take a blank canvas such as this pillowcase and use sublimation to create a masterpiece like this and press the ink right on the inside. We even have special tumblers, such as our speaker tumbler, which can be fully blinged with your own logo on it. You can have your music just the way you want it and a drink at the same time. We strive to be your one-stop shop for all of your custom needs. My customers prefer to do business with me over others because they're included throughout the entire customization process. They love the quality of items that I produce, as well as the great customer service that I provide. The individual consumer and businesses can order just one item or thousands of items. I'm currently a one-woman show, so I create everything that's ordered, regardless of the order size. The goal is to add 3 to 5 creatives, as well as embroidered items, to grow Marzo Creations worldwide. Now you can shop with us via social media, on Facebook and Instagram, as well as local vendor events, and soon online at marzocreations.com. Now go online and check out all of our unique items, and let us bring your ideas to life. Thank you.
You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I do have a question. So with retail, retail is very saturated. So I think you've done a phenomenal job separating yourselves from, others in the market. So congratulations on that as well. And when you really had, you had me on this pillow. So I'm like, come on, you gotta lift it up and give me the design. And then also on the fact that you'll customize one item at a time, which I've been looking for someone to do. Usually you have to order in bulk. Is your price point higher because you are doing those singular items, or is it comparable?
It's comparable.
Okay. And can you give me a range of what, if I wanted to do a t-shirt, a specifically designed t-shirt, what would that run me? A range of
My
costs?
prices start at $25 for shirts.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good job, very
Thank
good
you.
job. You do a range of products, and you said that you can start 1 or you can do 1,000. Now, you said you're a one-woman show right now. What is the estimated turnaround time for a product that may be 1,000 shirts or 1,000 tumblers?
Well, it depends on if I have all the items on hand. So I try to keep a lot of product on hand. But for 1,000 shirts, clearly I wouldn't have that. I don't have a space for it yet, but I will. But for like 1,000 shirts, I usually say 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, wow, that's
I
incredible.
do a quick turnaround just because I have a lot going on. So sometimes I do a lot of orders at once.
And if you're anything like me, you wait to the last minute to place an order. So.
I try to get people to not do that.
Right.
But, you know, if it happens, it happens. I take care of it.
Very good.
Awesome answers and great questions.
Thank you.
Now, even though we have 10 pictures this evening, that is not the amount of students that we have graduating tonight. We are so proud of the work that each and every one of our students has done this cohort to graduate the program and to finish strong. So we want to shout out the businesses, the entrepreneurs who will not be pitching this evening, so you can check out their businesses as well. So the first entrepreneur I want to introduce you to tonight is Tanisha Thornton. She is the owner of Desire Decoration Express. Now, Desire Decoration Express is a delivery service that will deliver party supplies around Greater Cincinnati. Our customers tell us about their parties, we select the party supplies, and deliver the supplies to the location of their choice. Thank you so much, Tanisha. The next picture we have this evening is Mr. Anthony Brown, owner of Inflate Your Fun.
So I want to start off by saying I'm sorry to the playground and park lovers out there. But have you ever noticed how much dirt is on the playgrounds? Have you ever noticed the amount of layers of paint that are on these playgrounds? No? You'll probably be shocked if you find out the truth. My name is Anthony Brown, owner of Inflate Your Fun, an event planning business I started in 2019. Inflate Your Fun came about because I felt like at the time, parents were using playgrounds as the main source of entertainment for any and every event that they were throwing. So I wanted to become the go-to place for their source of entertainment. And I felt like the kids wanted and deserved better and more. So I grabbed their attention with my bounce houses, my character suits, and the game I created called Shoot For It. But we'll get back to Shoot For It. So one thing I noticed while being at these functions were teenagers and adults always sitting down. And at first my sights were on the kids' entertainment, but I still wondered, how can I get the teenagers and adults up and active? So back to Shoot For It. Shoot For It, Connect For, basketball, mixed into one big giant ball. I want you to get that visual. So for the kids, small basketball rims, small basketballs. So I figured, especially coming from a family that's competitive, being around friends that are competitive, and their aunts and uncles talking junk to each other, I figured I'd create a bigger version of Shoot For It with regulation basketballs and regulation basketball rims. If you want to find out more about Shoot For It or what Inflate Your Fun has to offer you, you can follow me at Facebook, Inflate, letters UR, Fun, or Instagram, Inflate, letters UR, Fun. And we will also be running a limited special where we will set up Shoot For It for free. Yes, I said free. But there's a catch. There's always a catch. All we ask is that you like or follow Inflate Your Fun's page, or at least share it in some type of form or fashion, whether that be a post, a phone call to a friend, or just a picture, anything. We love and appreciate the word of mouth, and we just want to know how to inflate your fun. Thank you.
Excellent pitch. All right, judges.
I love that you set yourself up for some confusion. I was like, don't pay them apart. But you came back. So my question is space. So if I'm having an event, how large does the space need to be that I have in order to do some of the inflatables that you were suggesting I do?
So I have smaller inflatables for toddlers, and I have bigger inflatables, which usually range about 15 by 15. So just a big enough space for that.
You did a fantastic job on your pitch. I will ask you, do you have a cold weather plan or model for, because typically people are thinking about purchasing your services during warmer weather. Do you have a winter plan?
So I do plan to have a brick and mortar soon, but a lot of my customers, they set up in the inside party, indoor party, and I do indoor and outdoor.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great question. Thank you so much. All right, your time in the hot seat is done. All right, and now it is time to shout out another participant. We will be talking about Brittany Brunner, who is the owner of Mindful Mommy, LLC. Childbirth and adjusting to a new baby deserves support. Mindful Mommy is a postpartum doula service that supports mothers and family from afterbirth to their first birthday. We have a variety of services that include, but are not limited to, parenting classes, postpartum support, and night care. Can we get an amen for night care? Having this extra layer of support will give you more time to rest and bond with your baby. Thank you, Brittany. All right, our next picture. You're right, everyone does say all right there when it's time to move on. That's what I got. Moving on is Adoria Maxberry, the owner of Most Outdoor.
For as long as I can remember, I've been someone who loves to create. Knowing this, my daughter said, "Mom, I'd like a paint party for her birthday party when she was 6. Now, that's no big deal because I always threw themed parties. Little did I know that this would be the event that would change my life forever. You see, because every parent and child insisted that I do this again in real life. The only problem was I had a corporate America career, but I was thriving in it, and I had no intentions of becoming an entrepreneur. God saw it differently. You see, because that idea just kept wrestling with me, and a year later, I had my best friend ask me, "So what's stopping you from doing it again?" So I did it again, and again, and again. And by 2016, Most Outgrowing LLC was born. I'm Adoria Maxberry, the owner of Most Outgrowing LLC, an arts organization focused on helping you grow beyond expectations to pursue your purpose and your passion. And my goal is to help you do that through art. Now, by 2017, I found myself in a situation, again, my husband posed another question. After an event at Miami University, he said, "What's keeping you from doing this in real life?" Seems like a basic question, but from Brian Maxberry, someone who's very analytical and conscientious, this was the move. This was the big kick in the pants to say, okay, what is holding me back? You see, because I've been encouraging people to step out on faith, pursue their dreams, and while I had started the business, I was running them both simultaneously, and I had not truly stepped out. So, 2017, I left my corporate American career and pursued Most Outgrowing full-time. Now, this completely changed my life. You see, because I also wanted to be the best that I could be for my customers and for the community. I went back, obtained my Master's of Visual Arts Education from DAP, and am now a licensed teacher in Cincinnati Public Schools, in addition to running my business. Realizing this, there is a need now more than ever for adults and children alike to be able to express themselves. Now, I'm different than your average paint party. You see, because I offer different expressions of art. You're able to learn weaving, dyeing, fiber art, sewing, ceramics, you name it. We're able to explore, and that is the difference. Realizing that through community pieces like the Black Lives Matter mural, in which I participated in, I've realized that there is more work to be done. And my customers need a brick and mortar location. You see, because my office space is a little tight. And the demand that my customers are placing on me requires me to expand a little bit more. So with your support and my dedication, I believe that Most Outgrowing LLC can grow beyond and continue to inspire, create, and grow through art. Head to mostoutgrowing.com today. Thank you.
see what our judges have to ask.
Very good and energetic. Sounds exciting. I'm gonna have to check you out. I was interested in knowing, how do you determine the type of art that a customer will want to do? Is there a consultation of some type that you provide?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So how do I provide the idea of what we're going to do? I work with my customers to determine whether or not it's a private event or you're doing personalized lessons. I make sure that we're doing something that's unique and relevant to your experience. What have you not explored? What do you want to explore? Let's create that for you. So it's customizable in that sense. Thank you.
You did a really amazing job on your pitch. You guys are really, I mean, like, I'm super impressed by these pitches so far. So great job, everyone. Also, I appreciate this subtle flex on the Black Lives Matter mural. So nice shout out there. And then also, as far as your class price point, it is important. I think it's great to mention that. As far as your price point for your classes, so is that based on how many people? Like, if I'm hiring you for an event and I want it to be 30 people or versus 5 people, like, are you adjusting the price point for that, or do you have flat rates based on the hour the hours that you're booking?
Phenomenal question. In regards to pricing, generally, children participants are $25 per participant. That includes materials, setup, breakdown. Adult participants are $35.
Okay.
Now, if I'm offering just the instruction and you're bringing the materials, that instruction only rate does vary based on the time frame. Generally, classes are between 1.5 to 2 hours. If it's a private lesson, those range, but it's generally $50 an hour, and again, materials are included.
That's a good breakdown. Thank you.
No problem.
Don't go anywhere. Break tradition. I have a question. Which letter was it that you did on the Black Lives Matter again?
I am the M in matter.
Yes. Everybody come on down to City Hall and check out that Black Lives Matter mural and check out the M. That's right. All right. So next, I'd like to shout out a staple in MORTAR and a staple in Walnut Hills, Catherine Gardette. An interesting 2020 first. More than 1 in 5 telehealth appointments were for personal well-being. Research shows well-being practitioners recommend developing a mindfulness practice and shares the benefits individuals receive. Experience Practice Mindfulness with Catherine in workshop or retreat. Awesome, awesome. You can clap. Our next picture. Danielle Payne of 15th and Elm Co.
Last year, our whole life changed within a blink of an eye due to COVID. How's life balancing work and family all from home? A bit overwhelming, I know. I have 2 daughters who did school virtually. I had to take on a job that required me to work from home. It's not surprising that many of us may feel tense and uptight and run down at the end of the day. Just looking for that little bit of normalcy. What we're used to, your normal, everyday life. My company, 15th and Elm Co., provides a simple solution using all natural soy candles that, when combined with simple meditation to quiet the mind and body, to recharge your emotional and psychic energies, that you're able to go back into the world to give 100% of yourself. 15th and Elm Co. is a vision stemming from my grandparents who own 2 businesses in the downtown Over the Rhine area. My grandfather, James Lewis, owned a barbershop, Sweet Peas Barbershop, and my grandmother owned a beauty salon, Skeeter's House of Beauty. Their businesses uplifted the community and gave environment within that corner, 15th and M, a place away from home, just a place to relax and have fun and just be yourself. When you purchase my products, that is the environment that will be created in your home with my candles. After you purchase my products, I want you just to take that one moment to reflect. A moment to reflect. You can burn a candle after a long day at work, taking a bath, a bubble bath, just to relax. After a long day, doing yoga to set the mood, to relax. I want to leave my fingerprint on the world by changing people's moods and everyday experiences. I place emphasis on a healthy mind and body and soothing aromas to awaken your soul and senses. At 15th and Elm Co, we cultivate essential things for a luxurious experience. I'm looking for investors, customers, distribution references. You can also purchase my products at 15thandmco.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under 15th Elm Co. Thank you.
Rockstar pitches tonight, am I right? Oh, pardon me. All right, let's get right into the questions from the judges.
I always have a question. Oh, you go. I see what you might want to say.
Now they're fighting to get the microphone.
I know that's right. I absolutely love candles. I just have to have them. It makes me feel so good to be burning a good smelling candle. And it's my own form of self-care. So very good with that. You hit it right on the nail on the head. My question is, with all the candles that are out there, because you see so many, and they all really say that we're gonna get you in the right mood, and a lot of candle businesses popped up in the time of COVID. What's your competitive advantage? What makes your candle better?
My candles are made with all natural ingredients and products, even all the way down to the wick. So even though candles say that they're all natural, most of the time they're not, including the wick. Depending on the wick, it leaves soot, which if you're a smoker and you wipe down like a window or a wall, that film that comes, that's soot. My candles do not leave soot. They're environmental friendly, so it's healthy all the way around.
And that's that.
On that.
Great answer. I was going to ask that, so that is a fantastic question. Also, do you have other product offerings, or do you have other services or things that you're doing in addition to candles for 15th and Elm, or is it specifically candles only?
So I do have a sugar scrub that I'm dropping, but I just focus on candles. But I am expanding the line to more healthy mind and body away from things.
Okay, so we can look for that in the future?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Right, great job. Every single one of the presentations you will see this competition, so I'm just excited for the rest of this evening. Now, one of the other participants who will not be pitching this evening is Lauren Lampkin, the owner of All Kids. Now wait till you hear about this. My business is to provide daycare services to children who have medical needs that traditional daycare centers and providers are not equipped or licensed to care for. I focus on the complex care along with social, educational, growth, and development for the individual child. Can we give it up for Lauren Lampkin? But just imagine I said about all of them. One of my favorite pictures this evening is coming up. That's LaToya Jackson, the owner of Taste of the Good Life Mobile Bartending Service.
So let's take you down memory lane of the last time you had an amazing cocktail. Think about the taste, the look. What type of event was it? How did that cocktail make you feel afterwards? An amazing cocktail should be an experience in which the very thought of that cocktail is tantalizing to your taste buds. So those feelings and that experience that's rushing through your body right now is exactly what we're creating at Toast to the Good Life. My name is LaToya Jackson, and my company is Toast to the Good Life Mobile Bartending Services. where we have a passion in taking ordinary ingredients and turning them into unique and flavorful cocktails. Each cocktail is a tailored experience for each of our clients that also includes seamless services before, during, and after the event. We provide our client with the gift of time by taking care of everything that's needed for the bar so that they can interact with their guests as well as enjoy their event worry-free. So I've been in the industry for over 12 years, the bar and hospitality industry. So I've worked the front of the house to the back of the house. I've ranged in mixologist to bookkeeper to manager. Having that type of experience actually gives me a holistic approach when there are business decisions that are needed. We launched Toast to the Good Life in 2019, and then shortly after that, COVID hit. So of course we had to pivot our business model, and we weren't able to interact with clients face to face, but we were able to do a lot of things online. So we did some mixing classes online. We did a couple of Facebook Lives online. We actually collaborated with a spirit company that's actually local, and we actually did an event with them to where we were able to give the history of that spirit, as well as provide a safe space for customers to come in to taste that spirit. Now, your investment in Toast to the Good Life will assist us in scaling up some of our operational needs and purchase. So one of the things that we're interested in purchasing is a mobile vehicle where we can actually service our clients and guests from our truck. Another thing would possibly be a truck to where we can seamlessly transport equipment from one event to the next. So if you're interested in booking us for your services, you can reach out to us at toasttothegoodlife.com. You can also reach out to us on Facebook at toasttothegoodlife_bartending or by phone at 513-420-2010. And don't forget, you always have time to toast to the good life.
And now I'll take questions from some of my favorite judges.
So awesome pitch. It was beautiful. Name is awesome, very catching, and brilliant idea. The way that you transitioned from the face-to-face to COVID online, alcohol is impressive. My question is, what is the capacity of the truck? How large could our event be? Could you service?
So with a truck, even now with us not having a truck, your event can be fairly large as you want it to be, because what happens is the truck just houses what you need, so people are able to come up to the truck so that we can service them, or we can also have people that come out to service them a drink. So it doesn't have to be, the truck doesn't have to be a particular size in order to service any of it.
Very good. So is this drink that you provided us?
Tequila.
Very delicious, tantalizing indeed. Tantalizing indeed. That's right.
Taste of the good life.
Taste of the good life. Okay. And so my question is, I used to have a catering business, and so there was a rude awakening for me where we tried to pop up at different locations. And there were so many limits to what we could provide or who we could provide to. And so my question to you is, what, if any, limits do you foresee with providing alcohol popping up around the city for established businesses or maybe parties that may have their own alcohol to provide?
Sure. So it's actually better for them to have their own alcohol to provide because we don't have a liquor license. So this particular lane here in California, yes, mobile bartenders can have a liquor license right now, but we haven't caught up to that yet. So our clients actually have to provide their liquor. So what we do is, depending on if they want a specialty drink, the number of guests, so we have a consultation with them and determine what type of spirits they need. We do a whole list. We can also place that order for them, but they just have to purchase it. We can pick it up and bring it with us, but they definitely have to purchase it.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
We're on the same page.
We're the same.
All right, you may take your well. So the next person I want to shout out this evening is Dominique Collins, the owner of Just Bold LLC. Just Bold LLC helps to break cycles, promote healing oneself, and feel goodness. by providing video content and apparel to further affirm one's commitment to self. In the African American community, our handle on Instagram and Facebook is @Visible Crowns. Visible Crowns. So everybody check that out on IG and FB. All right? Give it up for them. Next on the docket this evening is Brittany Brunner, the owner of Heal You, Hold You.
Anxiety, divorce, lifeless babies. I'm not here to depress you all, I promise. But I'm here to tell you about how these painful events brought me to my purpose in life. I'm Brandy Rahim. I'm the owner and founder of Heal You, Hold You, LLC. My journey began with my struggles with anxiety, sometimes so bad that it was debilitating. And so, being in the mental health field for over 9 years, I know how important it is to deal with your trauma. I started going to therapy and looking for more holistic ways to heal myself because modern medicine just did not work for me. The last 2 years, I've been a therapist, and so I have to practice what I preach, right? And so, looking into natural herbs and things, I developed a love for tea. And so, whatever ailment you have, I have a tea for that. That's how I birthed my teas. Along that journey, I found that I was pregnant with my 4th child, and I had some unpleasant experiences in the medical field. I knew that there was a maternal health crisis in the United States, but when 3 of your closest friends lose their babies within weeks of you giving birth to yours, it kind of hits home. And so I became a doula for that reason. I want women to have autonomy over their birth experiences and over their bodies. Going on my journey, I discovered yoga, meditation, just getting very spiritually inclined and learning who I am as I process my trauma. Unbeknownst to me, these were the healing mechanisms I would need to go through my divorce last year through the pandemic. I went on my spiritual journey, calling on my ancestors, just doing a lot of shadow work. And I realized that I'm magic out here. I'm pretty intuitive, which led me to tarot readings. And so I started off flipping cards with my friends and family. And then I realized that all I need is your name, and I can give you a reading. And so it's very important for people to heal you, the whole you. That's the mind, the body, and the spirit. So my services are here to heal the mind through my therapy, meditation, the body through my doula services and my herbal teas, and the spirit through my spiritual readings. And so I want everybody to come on this journey of healing with me. When we heal ourselves, we heal our children. When we heal our children, we strengthen our communities and make the world a better place. You can find me at healyouholdyou.com, and I'm on all social media platforms. Thank you for your time.
I feel better already. All right.
Thank you. My question is, mental health and spirituality is a difficult conversation, particularly in the Black community. How will you sell this to people, especially that it's unique and it's not traditional, what we typically hear?
And that is exactly how I sell it. You know, there are other minority therapists out there. There are, other people that are intuitive. I'm merging all of that into one. So when you're coming to me for therapy, it's not, oh, sit on my couch, tell me how you're feeling. We're going there. We're healing ancestral trauma, generational curses. We are digging into that. And so I try to bring my spirituality into therapy because we can go by the book, but we know that the books are usually written by white males. And so I want to really be holistic with my services, and that is what sets me apart. I'm bringing the spiritual game to therapy, and we don't destigmatize that.
Very, very good. The first few words, I'm like, should I cry here or because I'm gonna cry. So when am I gonna? Very good. I think you're really speaking a lot to our community and the needs that we have. So excellent. Your presentation was very natural and all of that. Let me ask you, what is your business most sensitive to? So COVID really mollywopped a lot of businesses where they were not ready for doing things online. And so I know we went through COVID, but what do you imagine your business is most sensitive to should something go awry?
So I really had to pivot with COVID with doing virtual therapy sessions. I'm doing that still online. And even my doula services, I've had to do Zoom. I've watched people give birth over Zoom or over FaceTime. And so I think that although I love the face-to-face, I feel like that's better energy and being able to touch and all that. I am able to do either or. And so I'm not gonna say it doesn't really impact my business, but there's a way around that. There's a way around that.
Great work.
Thank
you
you.
so much. And now we're going to shout out another special business indeed. I'm going to lower my voice for this one. We're shouting out Donna Ontario's Afters. When getting away, it's frustrating looking for inviting places to stay. My bed and breakfast, Afters, eliminates that frustration. Afters is a beautiful, cozy, Victorian home with old-fashioned hospitality so you can enjoy spending more time building memories. Stop by anytime. Afters. Is Smudge Up. Rosalind Robinson Collins, y'all.
All right. Good evening. To become, and the path to being authentically are not always easy for women, especially women who are the only in the room. And I've been that girl, too often the only. And for me, I've been the only in predominantly white spaces, but for other women, they may be the only in male-led, dominated professions and fields. And oftentimes when I was in those spaces, I felt alienation, lack of confidence, self-doubt, felt like a complete imposter. And when I would have those moments, I would turn to journaling, gratitude exercises, reflective quotes and questions, and being in community with other women to help guide and center me. And I've been wanting to provide what has worked for me with others. And so Be Journey was born. I wanted to create a journal and a journey that empowers women with purpose, discovery, and self-confidence. And so Be Journey's mission is to provide a brave space for women to authentically be themselves. In our Be Journal product, which is a planner hybrid product that has 52 weeks of gratitude exercises, inspiring quotes, goal-setting tools, and inspiring questions to help women with both mindfulness and motivation. I have a quick fact for you. It takes 21 days, 3 weeks to create a habit, but habits are easily broken. With Be Journey, we are providing women with multiple weeks and a year as a starting place to help them create a lifestyle. But that's not all. We have more than just our journal. We have other women empowerment opportunities and experiences. We have our Be Circle, which is an opportunity to be a member and get not just one journal, but two, one for yourself and one for a friend, and specialized content to help you create your very own self-care and accountability group with other women. You can do it with moms, professionals, you can do it with other queens, but a great space to connect and use the journal with other women. But that's not all. So we talked about Be Journal and Be Circle, and now I'm going to talk about Be Camp. Be Camp is an overnight retreat experience for women's empowerment. It provides a space for women to be in companion groups, to do visioning and goal setting with one another, and to build lasting relationships. Thanks for hearing about Be Journey. Our overall vision is to provide women with the confidence to achieve their life's dreams. Thank you.
That sounds like a journey I want to be on. All right, so let me keep this microphone close because I can hear you really well, I was told. Microphone right behind you. But it's time for some questions. What do you have to have?
I do have a question. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I think that this is a necessary tool and resource, especially for women. What I have found in my experience, a lot of women, they struggle a bit more to find that community, to find that small group, you know, that they can really lean into, be vulnerable with. So I love the B circle and the B camp.
Yes.
So how do you plan to market that? Like because I think the journaling and all of that is wonderful, but that's a little bit more saturated. You can kind of go to Target and find a journal, but it's still good. But I think it might be more beneficial in that group setting. So how do you plan to market the B circle and the B camps?
Yes, and so with the B journal, when people purchase it, they will have space to go to our website. And there's also going to be a Facebook group that is created so people can kind of go there, get tips to motivate them throughout the journey, but also as a space to connect. So we'll do a couple Zoom meetings to connect people and kind of give them a taste of what it would look like to create and build their own B circle.
Very good. Kim, I'm a journal fiend, have multiple. Which one am I using, right? And so, but I love the camp idea. Have you already launched the camp?
So we are launching this year, and we're focusing for the first year or so on the B journal, helping people kind of create these lifestyles, and the B camp experience will be within our second year. And so this will be an opportunity to, you know, connect with partners across the Cincinnati or the tri-state area to bring women together, do companion groups. I'm already a person who, I work in the higher ed sector, and I've done retreats and created curriculum development. I've worked in women's centers before, so I'll be using a lot of that knowledge to create this B camp experience.
Time for another shout out of an incredible entrepreneur who will be graduating this program this evening, and that is Beth Willis, the owner of GCA Group LLC. Let me tell you a little bit about that. Employers face an assortment of regulations and challenging employee concerns. The GCA Group works closely with new business owners, listen closely all of you entrepreneurs, to help eliminate the stress and frustration often experienced when starting a new business and managing staff. I'm here for you, and that's Beth. Give it up for Beth. Okay, ready? Our next picture this evening is Asia Johnson.
Take a moment to think of a prominent film critic. Was the first person you thought of male or female? Or a person of color? If you couldn't think of one, let me introduce myself. My name is Asia Michaud, and I'm co-creator of the Real Culture Queens, LLC. The Real Culture Queens, AKA RCQ, is a podcast and online publication. But more importantly, RCQ is a platform for women in media to write about their industry experience, share their creative viewpoints, and discuss how race, gender, ability, and sexuality is depicted in the media we consume. With your financial support, you can help amplify the undervalued and underrepresented voices of women in mainstream culture. Because RCQ provides what's missing through well-crafted shows, services, and online content created by women on Facebook and Instagram at Real Culture. On our podcast, my co-host Kate and I discuss movies and the stories that make them. Getting real about the stories we've learned and the stories we've heard is something we've been doing since our days of teaching youth community theater. Who we are is wrapped up very nicely in our tagline. We review films and the stories that make them. Real talk, real fun. In our shows, we also discuss traditional elements of film criticism like how cinematography, sound design, lighting, and other elements help bring stories alive on screen. But all of those stories are just show if there isn't a great story behind it, because that's what truly draws people in. Great storytelling is timeless, universal, and relatable, which is why we always start there. At RCQ, we understand the value of storytelling in every space.
So let us educate you, entertain you, and empower you to get real, really real. You can support us, our community of queens, and listen to our podcast at www.realculture.com. Thank you.
Don't get your seat yet. All right, judges, take some questions.
I'll ask a question. So, as a mortar facilitator, I was always communicating without a money stream. It's a hobby. And so, how do you make money from this business idea?
Yes. So we have 3 ways of monetizing our podcast and publication. So the first one, of course, I'm sure you guys have all heard of it since I'm in a room full of entrepreneurs, is Patreon, as well as actually making money off of how many listeners that we build through the course of our podcast. We also have services on our website. The Real Culture Queens is made up of about 12 women who all have extremely diverse background in media. So we have filmmakers, we have editors, we have sound editors, designers, full house. So we're like a digital marketing agency. And that is one of the ways we plan to monetize and also help support other freelancers like us.
Great, thank you. Great answer. I loved your intro. It is a race conversation is very difficult to have, and time is now, etc. Which also leads to my question about the saturation of that conversation, and also the fact that because podcasts, etc., are so much easier to do, we have so much competition. And so my question is, how do we get your pitch, which I love, because I know very much about women and women of color in particular, talking about race and amplifying all of that in more ears. What is your plan for that?
I think we do that based on the diversity of shows that we have. My background personally, I'm in public relations and media, has been specializing to have those difficult conversations. So I understand when walking in the room, the last thing a person wants to be thrown at is a conversation or a question about race. So the way we approach it in our shows is talk about the stories. So when we pull out all the themes within those stories, it really brings to light those conversations that maybe more people would step away from, but make it more accessible because we're already focusing seemingly on something else different. But stories bring us together, stories bring us more understanding, stories help us relate to each other more. So when we use that as our principle, that's how we're able to have those difficult conversations from the very beginning.
Now, I can't believe it, we only have 2 more pictures this evening. Judges, I do not envy you this choice. It's gonna be tough competition, is that right?
Yes.
That's what I'm feeling over here. So, love to you as well. Now, next I want to shout out an amazing entrepreneur who had the heart to prepare some food for us all this evening. So those of you who have been too nervous, once we're done with the pitching portion, make sure that you make your way to the back of the room and try some of these amazing different dishes. I see a variety back there. This is Miss Kiana Bell. She is the owner of High Expectations, and that's exactly what I have. High Expectations is a new, innovative, sweet and savory brand that specializes in CBD and THC infusions. We raise the expectations of all the foodies' palates by creating an experience and adventure through our food while destigmatizing the use of marijuana for both recreational and medicinal purposes. Can we give it up for Kiana? Next, we have a wonderful picture coming up. This is, when everyone settles down. I got your expectations high. chill out. With the owner of Chill, Brian Newman.
Just for a moment, I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine being a kid again. It is the heat of summer, and you're getting that first scoop of ice cream. Picture yourself in your favorite ice cream shop. Remember the counter, the chairs, the colors. Smell that hot fudge, caramel, it's the crunch of the cone, and that sugary, creamy, rich goodness of ice cream. It is a scoop of pure joy. Hello, my name is Brian Newman, and I want to share this joy with you at my new future ice cream shop. Growing up, ice cream was a special treat for us. We would go to the local shop to celebrate a special occasion, maybe a birthday, and sometimes, if you're having a bad day after a visit to the doctor, you'd go there as well. Some of my all-time favorite memories as a kid when my mom would make her ice cream using a metal coffee can and salt and rolling it back and forth. I took that ice cream with me, love of it with me to adulthood, and began making ice cream and desserts for coworkers, just so I can bring happiness to them. That led eventually to a job as pastry chef at Salazar in Midas, and for 7 years I was able to hone my craft of ice cream and sorbet. And often we get the question, well, when are you going to open your own ice cream shop? Well, today there is an opportunity and for an ice cream shop like mine in the Cincinnati market. While we will have classic flavors, where we excel, where we strive and pride ourselves in, is we make unique flavor combinations typically not found elsewhere. Our key lime pie has the flavor of a key lime pie, but in the ice cream form. So you have lime ice cream, a lime curd, and the graham crumbles rolled through. Blueberry pancake is a pancake ice cream, maple ice cream, and a blueberry syrup. Now, possibilities for others are endless. So we now need to raise $30,000 to transform this dream into a reality. Tonight, we are asking all the ice cream lovers out there who feel like there is room for an ice cream shop like mine in this city to donate. We can't wait for our love of ice cream with you, and you're all welcome to come get a scoop of joy yourselves. Thank you.
Great job,
Thank
Brian. My first question was going to be, how are you going to set yourself apart? But you answered that with the flavor combinations.
Yes.
That was like, I'm already thinking a pancake flavor ice cream. Where do you have locations in mind? And then how are you planning to market yourself in the ice cream industry?
So a couple things. So the $30,000 will go towards purchasing a pasteurizer, and that is needed to sell ice cream not only to my shop. You don't need it, but to sell it elsewhere. So the goal is to sell it in local restaurants, and then that way that will help get my name out more to other people, and then spread my ice cream elsewhere. And then just by social media, word of mouth, and hopefully from everyone loving it. So,
That's a fantastic strategy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
One more question we have time for.
You guys have one?
I think
What's
everyone's
this?
drinking.
Your pitch was emotional. I felt my childhood, I felt my grandmother.
Thank you.
And my question was how do you plan to get into the market? So I'm going to regroup and ask a different question.
Pivoting.
Pivoting, excellent. And then as I pivot and think, I'm still thinking. I think my question is around competition.
Yes.
I mean, Cincinnati has like real staples.
They do. So, so a lot of their staples are larger size. What can larger size companies not do? They can't be as creative. I can make 3 gallons of ice cream at once and be able to sell it, and I'm not going to lose a lot of profit. They can't do that. So, and then so it's easier to be creative and innovative that way.
I know we can't ask more than one question, but you did with your teammates, the way they respond to you is a beautiful thing. That's how you did it.
We have a great team, and
That's awesome.
my dad died, so it was
On Monday.
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 So I'm here. So,
Yes, you
yeah.
are. You did.
And that just shows the passion and the resilience that each of our entrepreneurs exude each and every day. Going through this 15-week course is not easy. Starting a business is not easy. And pitching up here when you are grieving and in pain is not easy. We are astounded and just so proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations to everyone. Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to another extremely hardworking entrepreneur in the class of queens. This is Alicia Mosley Lane. She is the owner of Us Incorporated Transportation Inc. Us Incorporated Transportation Inc. provides all non-emergency medical transportation with special focus on guaranteed on-time service. That's something special. Choosing Us gives our customers personable, it's professional, reliable, and safe, while simultaneously aiding to the quality of life for our customers. So come to Us Incorporated Transportation Inc. for all of your non-emergency medical transportation needs. Okay, it's time for our final picture tonight. Last but certainly not least is Mortar's very own Keith Johnson. Black Cincy. Take it away, Keith.
Where are the Black events in Cincinnati? Or the Black-owned businesses? Those are two questions I ask myself every time I came home to Cincinnati for the holidays. How's everybody doing? I'm Keitha, and for 8 years I was living in Los Angeles. And every time I came home to Cincinnati, I had no idea what to do or where to go. I would ask people, what happened to that one restaurant we used to go to? They would say, I don't know, probably closed. Then I said, what happened to the club we used to go to? They didn't know either. They would say, probably moved. Every time I came home, I had no idea where I could go or what I could do. And then in 2019, I moved back home to Cincinnati, but I had the same questions. What could I do for New Year's? Or where could I spend my money so it circulates in my community longer? According to bankgreenwood.com, the average circulation rate for the Asian community is the longest in the United States, averaging at 30 days. For the Black community, it's 6 hours. So what does that mean? As an African American, when I get paid and when I spend my money, it circulates and supports my community for 6 hours, and then it leaves and supports another community. And that's because of where we bank, where we go to the store to buy our clothes and shoes, where we go to the hair store, we get our nails done, etc. So I decided to take matters into my own hands, and I created a database of Black cultural events and Black-owned businesses called Black Cincy. Your all-in-one solution for finding the community right at your fingertips. Simply go to our site and you'll see events like an artist performing at an arena, all the way to an open mic night at a local coffee shop. And on the business side, you'll see retail, you'll see real estate agents, you'll see mental health services, which is my most liked, most shared, most saved, most engaged post to this day. And all of this started very organically for me, without any promotion, not even word of mouth on my end. We just hit 6,000 followers on Instagram alone. So what did that show me? That showed me in my journey to find my community that I am not alone. So I want to take this to the next level. bringing the community together and offering video production services and promotional services through our platform will just be the beginning. Thank you so much for your time, and remember, supporting me and building my business is supporting Black Cincinnati. My name is Keitha, and you can follow us at Black Cincy on Instagram. Thank you.
Not to forget that. We can remember Black Cincy. What was it? Black Cincy! Right. Now, we'll take some questions from the judges.
Great. This is wonderful. I do have a question. How do you plan to, or is there an effort to establish a relationship with Black-owned businesses so that you can get the information to post on your Instagram or elsewhere?
Yeah, so my plan is to reach out to people because I want to get the most detailed information. One thing that I want to make sure I get is that the amount of time that you've been in business, because I feel like when people see a list of businesses, they don't know if they're still in operation or anything like that. But I think when you see that this business has been in operation for 10 years, this is something I can trust. And then I also want to talk to them periodically just to make sure you're still in business, just so people can know that this list is up to date and things like that.
Very good. Go ahead.
So I have a question about, you mentioned video and all of these detailed things. Mm-hmm. You are providing that for your clientele and everybody gets the same treatment. What is the treatment?
No, so basically it's a service if you would like it. So my background, where I was living in Los Angeles, was in video production. I do videography and editing. So if you want like an event coverage or something like that, you can reach out to me and then I can come and shoot your event for you and edit it. And then if you would like to, I can put it on my page as well for extra promotion.
I do have a question, but we were supposed to do two. She's the last one. We might as well just.
Can we get a vote?
Everybody's okay? Okay. You did a great job. How are you marketing outside of Instagram? So Instagram is great, but you are going to reach, a fairly limited audience there, but there might be, older folks who would buy into your business. How are you promoting your services outside of Instagram? And the algorithm is getting all jacked up, just we're honest. So outside of Instagram, how are you marketing Black
So my goal is, in the end game, my goal is to have an app. But in the temporary, my goal is to have a website so people can come and they can see the list and they can see the events is up to date. But I really want to get an app going that can send people notifications and let you know, that event you were interested in is coming up this weekend. You might want to RSVP or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
So that we can bring it on up, so we can give one more round of applause for all of our victors. All right, we are soon moving into the graduation portion of this event, where everyone will be presented with their certificates to mark the end of this 15-week journey. Now, a couple more shout outs first. We're not done with the shout outs. First is Michael Jones, the owner of EX Transportation. We all have those days where we just don't feel like driving. It may be due to traffic, weather, or you're just plain tired. It happens to be the best to us. Call EX Transportation for safe, professional service. All right. And last, but certainly not least, let me put this down for a minute while I talk to you about this one. Our last shout out is for Miss Lysandra Matthews. She is the owner of Sandy's Catering Cupcakes. Now, Miss Sandy, as she's known in the class, had the love in her heart as well to prepare some cookies for us this evening. Now, when I tell you, she had the entire MORTAR staff fighting over these cookies, just waiting in the office to get here so we can eat them. And her business is about cupcakes. Now, you know a woman can bake if her specialty is cupcakes, and we are about to go knuckle bucking for some cookies. All right? You are absolutely amazing. Baker, and we are so grateful to you. And as far as your business description, it reads, meet Sandy, as you just met her, or of Sandy's Catering Cupcakes. She specializes in baking from scratch, producing some of the best, most flavorful cupcakes and sweet treats on the west side of Cincinnati. You can find Sandy on Facebook, Instagram, and Google. Right. So at this time, we will release our judges so that they can submit their scores. We thank you so very much for your time. Can we give us one round of applause? Thank you, Judge Alexis Riles, and thank you, Judge Mary Smith. We are so grateful. Go ahead and get some more toast to the good life. All right. At this time, we will present our graduation certificates, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, wait a second. Y'all need to be reminded. We haven't seen enough donations come in. It's time to text Life a Pitch to 44321. What was the number? 44321. Thank you, remember it, so can you. You have just a few more minutes. I just don't have good memories. You have just a few more minutes to text your donations to the participant of your choice so that they can win this People's Choice Award. And we are so excited to announce the winner coming up soon. Okay, so now it is time to introduce our facilitators from Cohort 27, Built for Greatness. Those facilitators are Ms. Chelsea Alexander,
Awesome. Hey everybody, my name is Chelsea Alexander and I'm super excited to be in front of you all today. I am by day North America Senior Sales Director for P&G's North America Baby Care Business, and by night I get the distinct pleasure and honor of interfacing with each and every one of these wonderful entrepreneurs each and every week. I have just two things to say. First, I'll address the cohort Built for Greatness. Your name is fitting. Because from the very first week I met all of you, I knew that there was absolutely nothing that you were going to stop at to take your business to the next level. And to the class of queens and Built for Greatness, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations, I'm proud of you because you're doing what many did never have the courage to do. You're chasing your dream. I'm in awe of you. You should be very proud of yourselves. Please give yourselves a round of applause.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that. So my name is Ora Daniels. I'm owner and operator of Sugar Innovations. I make candy apples. Candy apples and custom treats. And I am a MORTAR graduate of class 17, Donacine 17, if however. So I actually facilitate for both cohorts. So all of y'all are my babies. Everybody did wonderful tonight. Like I'm super, super proud. Even the people who didn't pitch, like these two cohorts to me, like you guys, you came, you put in the work, you know, we had great discussions, we had great understandings, and watching you guys on social media, I'm super, super proud. And those pitches, yes. And then also, we haven't done it yet, but huge shout out to the MORTAR team. Like, everything has been tonight, and through the process of getting these classes to graduate tonight, you know, everything that they've done, you guys don't ever see that. You see us, you see the people that are graduating, and the pictures, but you never see what they do behind the scenes. So shout out to them. All right, so now, without further ado, we're going to graduate class 27, our cohort of 27, and then we're going to roll into 28. So here we go. All right, so first up we have Ms. Donna Ontario, owner of Cohorts.
Okay, next up, Mr. Anthony Brown. Oh, all right, and we'll be accepting this one on Miss Catherine's behalf, but a round of applause for Catherine Barnett. Okay, and this one goes to Mike Jones, owner of X-Men. All right, we'll also accept this one from Miss Lauren Lampkin, owner of All Kids. Okay, Adoria Maxter. Okay, Brian Newman, owner of Okay, Donnell Payne, owner of 15th and Elm Club. Okay, Tanisha Thornton, owner of Desire Decoration Express. All right, and Beth Willis, owner of GCA Group LLC. Okay, guys, so for class 2027, for each class, there is an award called the MORTAR Entrepreneurial Light Award. So you guys got to vote on the person that you felt brought the most positivity and light to your class and your cohort. This is someone that always, even when things were kind of rough, they always brightened up your day. And it's really cool that you guys got to choose who you thought exhibited that. And sad to say she's not with us tonight, but we are going to accept it on her behalf. But it is Miss Catherine Brown.
Miss Catherine experienced death in the family, and that's why she couldn't be with us tonight. But I know she would be here shining and lighting up this room if she could. So we miss you, Catherine, and we send you lots of love. Yes, and it is a
So, and there is also a $500 grant that goes to Miss Catherine. Thank you so much, Miss Catherine. We're so sorry for your loss. Okay, and we're done with cohort 27. We're gonna move on to cohort 28. I'm gonna grab some numbers. Okay. Oh, sorry. Our band. Wait. Okay, so we did miss one from 27, but we're gonna get her in with 28. Yeah, hers I think got mixed in with 28. That's okay.
Come on, so moving on to class 28 now? Okay, wait a second. We gotta introduce who we are. Now we're moving on to the graduation presentation for class of Queens, cohort 28. I am pleased to introduce the facilitators from this cohort. That is Daniel, Cynthia Nesbitt, And I could not have had a better experience or be more grateful for the time that I had. You want to talk a little bit about this amazing cohort?
Cynthia, you're such a light. You're so much fun to work with. I can just imagine Mortar's office every day. There. Okay, so cohort 28. I mean, I kind of already said it at the opening. It's no different with you guys. You all are my shining stars. You guys are great. Everybody's great. Y'all all made me so proud. And I was kind of worried because y'all was like, I don't think I can do this. But now y'all brought it. And the main ones that were like, I can't do this were, y'all brought it. It's super proud.
I want you to know this is a hard-working group of women. They put the capital Q in Queens, all right? I mean, I'm talking just going over and above and staying after class and working just triple hard and taking advantage of every resource and every opportunity. I'm just so impressed. And I'm so glad that you are going to be changing the face of this city forever. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your service. Okay, we get to announce who graduates. You get a certificate. Okay, first is Kiana Bell, owner of Brittany Brunner of
Brittany's still at work.
Dominique Collins of like that efficiency. Rosalind Robinson College. Shanita Futrell, owner of Asia Johnson, owner of That's all right, take your moment in the spotlight.
Y'all directions. 15 weeks. Y'all better get excited about these.
Next is Keitha Johnson, owner of Lysandra Matthews, owner of
You would get this nice.
I know. Alicia Mosley Land. Thank you.
Okay, so we did miss this one. She actually is in cohort 27, but we all want everybody to want tonight.
Okay, so again, it's time for us to award the Entrepreneurial Life Grant, which is a $500 grant for the business, and it's an award that is determined by the participants in the class. This is someone who exudes love and joy and just makes you feel so glad that they chose to apply for this cohort. Am I right? Absolutely. And the winner for cohort 28 is Miss Alicia.
I just want to say congratulations to everybody. I'm super excited. You know I am, and I love you guys. And Maury, you've been so good to us now. Thank you. See how it's been in class. You can see from the energy in the vibe how it's been in class.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Girl. So now, for the second time, I would like to bring up our executive director and co-founder of MORTAR, Mr. Alan Wood. Well, if that's not the case, which it is the case. Time for the black actually.
So for those of you who are watching and streaming, and you understand that part of this journey as an entrepreneur, you guys are modeling, not like straight sticks and, okay, so these are our entrepreneurs who need seed money shirts and you can get those all on the site. And a portion of the proceeds from every shirt sold go to the Iron Chest Fund, which is the grant funds that we use to make sure that our entrepreneurs have access to capital. So when you go to buy the shirt, not only are you rocking a one-of-a-kind hand-dyed tee, all of these rings, they're entirely different. Each one is different as you look at the distinct styling of each of these shirts. And then as they turn to the side, you can see that the sides are even different. Okay.
Give it to them.
All right. So you get a one-of-a-kind shirt, hand-dyed by an entrepreneur here locally in Cincinnati. So you can go to the link on your screen, go to wearemortar.com, click on shop, and you can purchase this shirt for your friends, your families, and even your enemies. Because entrepreneurs need to. Thank you.
Now I would like to bring up another wonderful coworker from MORTAR. This is Mrs. Adalia Powell-Bowen. She is also a MORTAR alumni. Woo-woo. She is our communications director at MORTAR, and she is a singer-songwriter of her own band called Nom.
Let him use you.
That is so right. Just everything accurate, fact check. Totally. Thank you, Cynthia. So my name is Adalia. I am a coworker at MORTAR. So flashback to 2018, I'm going through my MORTAR class, and my whole world is getting blown because I'm realizing that I can actually become a singer. I can actually become a songwriter. And before I was just sending timid emails and playing dingy bars for no money, things like that. And MORTAR got me into the mindset, like, who are you networking with this week? And have you talked about your business 3 times today? Stuff like that, that if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to get in the mindset of. And so I can't thank MORTAR enough for helping me on my journey. This Sunday, actually, I get to play the new Icon Music Center by the Banks, which is huge. I mean, it's an opportunity that I wouldn't have dreamed of being able to have, but because I can make that switch and become a part of this awesome community, I can do that. And so I'm so thrilled that you guys are a part of this community now, that you have the alumni network so that you can have your business picked apart by them so that they're really helping. No, I'm thrilled for you guys, and I thank MORTAR so much.
Sharing that story. like to invite another staff member of MORTAR up. This is Ms. Kaya Carter. You're going to tell us a little bit more about what MORTAR's doing. Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kaya Carter. I'm the Director of Expansion here at MORTAR, and I'm also an alumni of the program, so welcome to the team. We heard from some phenomenal founders. Y'all stories, y'all just killed it. I can go on, let me stick to the script. We can't do any of this without our partners, so I want to call out one of our special partners, which is Queens Village. So thank you. We can't do this work alone. We need our partners, and most importantly, we need some donors. As Alan mentioned, entrepreneurs need seed money. So through your donations that you've contributed so far, we've raised, I may get reprimanded for this, but I think the most we have in donations directly to you all, we've raised, and still counting, about 13,000. And it's still coming, and it goes directly to you all. And there's still time to give some more. Yes. So my call to you is to donate. Let's get it to 15,000. So that means I need everybody who has the ability to give 20, 50, 5,000, 20,000. So it can go directly to these founders so they can get their dreams up and running. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Kaya. That's right. But it's time to present our next 2 awards. We got 6 awards this evening. So the next award is the C.L. Alexander Resiliency Award. Again, this is an award that prioritizes effort over skill. We are watching how hard you work. We don't penalize you for turning in assignments late, but we take a notice. We're seeing how many questions you ask and how many resources you take advantage of. We are just so, we're so impressed by every single one of you, but we had to give this award to just one participant from Cohort 27 and one participant from Cohort 28. Now, who would like the pleasure of introducing these fantastic awards? All right, come on up. We'll have our facilitators, Chelsea Alexander, who sponsors this award, what a treat, and Aura Daniels present this award. I'm going to give you the microphone. Step over here.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to start with the class of queens. All right, and so the first winner of the Resiliency Award is Dominique Collins.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to win nothing, y'all. But I want to say that all of y'all killed it, and I can't wait to collab with all y'all and do business with y'all. Thank y'all so much for participating, and thank you, Queens Village, for sponsoring me.
Everybody's saying no. All right. Okay. And from Built for Greatness, the winner is Mr. Anthony Brown.
I really didn't see this coming, so. Like she said, like Dominique said, we did it. I appreciate y'all. Even if I haven't talked to y'all, y'all did good. We did it.
Yes. Thank you. Back to you.
It's back to me. Anthony said I was too busy working to socialize. Okay, now I know the moment that you've all been waiting for is approaching. And so I'm gonna keep you waiting a little bit longer. I want to say a few very special thank yous to the people who have made this possible. There are some very important members of the MORTAR community who have helped us through this 15-week journey. We want to say thank you to our board members, to our partner organizations, our volunteers, our alumni, our subject matter experts who come in each week to fill our brains with their knowledge and all of the mistakes that they've made so we don't have to make them. We want to say thank you, of course, to our judges. Again, those were Kyle Woods. Woo! Smith and Alexa Brunner. And we also can't forget to say thank you to the MORTAR staff. They put everything together. They're still running the live stream and they never stop working. So I would also like to say thank you to the sponsors who made this possible. That's US Bank and Queens Village who sponsored this. We'd also like to say thank you to HCDC, Office of Innovation and Creativity. They allow us to use their space to host our different sessions. So thank you so much, HCDC, for that beautiful facility. We also want to say thank you to our SCORE mentors and shout out to Bob Leslie, who coordinates all of our mentors. So you know, SCORE stands for the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They serve to counsel our participants week after week on every step of their entrepreneurial journey. We're really grateful to them. And last, we'd like to say thank you to the space we're in right now, 1819 Innovation Hub. Given us the space to host this beautiful event, not only for our pitchers, but for their families and guests as well. So we're so thankful. And now it's about that time. Okay. Let's come up here.
I think I'm the only one who knows.
Who knows?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, let's stay up here and I'll just ask the other 14 to
Come on up, our team. Yeah. Order team. Order team. You got this, boys. Now, Parker. Marco. Natalia Cohen. Kaya Carter. In the back, we have Shannon. Who you running? And of course, Alan Woods. Okay, it's time to announce first the winner of the People's Choice Award. Based on the donations that have come in for the last 2 weeks and tonight. This participant will walk home with a $1,000 grant in addition to the funds that were raised by the people who donated to their business. And without further ado, this winner is Brian Newman! All right, it's time we also have a winner for the Judge's Choice Award. Again, each of you gave an amazing pitch, am I right? Yes. All of the people who pitched an internal pitch night were wonderful as well. We have only one winner this evening. This participant will walk away with a $2,500 grant. And they will also win a trophy for their entire class. So this is a cohort versus cohort competition. So your cohort's name will be printed on a plaque and placed in the MORTAR office for you to come and visit every so often.
Book an appointment.
The winner this evening is Keeper Johnson.
judges, I appreciate you. I was very nervous when I came up here, so the fact that it didn't show, I'm very appreciative of that. To my cohort, all of you ladies, like you all are really special. We all have a great connection in that class. I know y'all are all part of Queens Village, but y'all accepted us few that aren't in Queens Village. So I appreciate all of you all so much. And to everyone at MORTAR, just thank you. To Aura, I love you so much for all that you do for the class. You're so nice and kind and patient. Like, I love you. Cynthia as well, you came in and was a great addition to the class, added all the humor and everything like that. And to Alan, just because I met you before this, before MORTAR, and you explained to me what it was, as soon as I heard about it, I said, I got to sign up. So I'm very thankful that I did. To my mom, obviously, for coming out and showing love. Thank you to my mom. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
You can go back to your posts because they're still not done working. All right, everybody, that concludes our program. Thank you so much for joining us at home. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you so much for going on social media and checking out all these businesses and patronizing them. We are so grateful to you for that as well. For future, we want to say good night.